Kombucha. If you haven't tried this drink, you've definitely heard about it. These days, you can even find it in major distribution, like in supermarkets, and especially if the supermarket has a section with organic or healthy drinks and products, you'll definitely find kombucha there. What started as a homemade tea mushroom has now become a big industry. It's gone totally mainstream today. We're even swapping out champagne for kombucha, choosing not to drink alcohol, and instead giving preference to real probiotics and natural products. This story actually comes to us from the East. Take Bali, for example, and those beautiful countries where people have a profound and deep connection with spiritual forces. They, of course, do this only with a truly clean and pure body and prefer natural products that really boost their vital life energy. So, this is a non-alcoholic drink. Yes, it's naturally carbonated. It's made using a kombucha SCOBY. What is a SCOBY? To be precise, it's a symbiotic culture of yeast, yeast-like fungi, and acetic acid bacteria. Yes, it's a complicated name. It's kind of like biochemistry. It's a different sort of ecosystem, but nowadays it's really loved by both adults and kids, and people drink it. Well, some even have kombucha every day. Again, it's a probiotic that has a great effect on the process of digesting food. Yes, on the formation of the right bacteria and microflora in our gut. The only thing you need to keep an eye on is, well, check the label if you're buying it ready-made to see how much sugar is in it, what the sugar level is. Usually, it says low sugar content on the label, and actually, the tea that we use to feed and grow this mushroom has just a small amount of sugar, like for a liter, they add about a spoonful. This sugar is needed so the mushroom can live comfortably and grow well. Let me introduce you to our Georgie, Zora, who has been living here in the studio for quite a while. He was brought to us by our Aunt Lina, our cleaning lady, who has been living with this mushroom and drinking it for many years. She's quite old. I won't reveal her secret, but she looks incredible. We should invite Aunt Lina tomorrow. Let her show everyone how she looks. Every day she drinks a glass and heads off to work because she truly believes it's a source of vitality, longevity, and health. She's always energetic and smiling, and I'm constantly amazed at how great she is. So, this mushroom is actually a part of the mushroom that lives at her place. What does the SCOBY do? When the SCOBY is happy, and we feed it with tea and sugar, it grows. That means starting from a single layer over time, after a week, 2, 3, then a month, 2 months, they actually live a long time if they're kept in the right comfortable conditions. This mushroom keeps layering and layering and layering, and it grows. People separate it and either give it away, or throw it out, or start a new batch with fresh tea and grow a new one in another jar. I also have experience tasting the SCOBY mushroom as a dish at the restaurant Noma in Copenhagen. At first, I didn't understand what it was, but it was beautifully prepared. It was transparent, and they combined it with tea rose and lychee, and this SCOBY mushroom. It was fantastic. It was served as a pre-dessert, meaning between the cheese course and dessert. And I just couldn't wrap my head around how someone could come up with something like that. It was stunningly beautiful. I'll try to find a photo here and show it to you, because it's hard to convey the taste. Aunt Lina shared this mushroom with me, yes. It's now ready to eat. I fed it with black, slightly sweet tea, but it still looks kind of sickly, as we say when we see some damage. Because when it was taken out and handed to me, yes, you take it out with your hands, and, well, it gets a little bit damaged. It needs time for its wounds to heal. Although it's absolutely suitable for use for consumption. Now we'll check everything together, pH, taste, and make sure it's already good to eat. So, this is our old timer. It feels great here, not standing in direct sunlight, at room temperature, covered with a breathable lid, either a cloth or a special cap. But there has to be air, because air is needed, for life. Right? If you're just starting out and want to get this Tamagotchi, this mushroom, going, you need a jar. You actually need this mushroom itself, which you can order. There are people who do this. They grow it, then separate it and sell it to us as a starter, from which you can begin. Or if you had Aunt Lina, of course, she'll bring you a nice mushroom in a bottle straight from home. And you need black or green tea. You need regular tea without any additives, exotic fruits, magical flavors, or herbs. Just regular black or green tea, good quality, lightly diluted. It shouldn't be strong. Anything that's too strong, too sweet, too sour, or aggressive will harm the mushroom. It's a delicate creature, a gentle microflora. It doesn't like it when you pour sugar directly on it, for example, or when you pour liquid abruptly. That will also cause damage. Or if you grab it roughly with your hand. So let's remember here that you need to be gentle, take your time, and that's basically it. No need to overcomplicate things. What do? We brew tea, add a spoonful of sugar per liter, and let it cool down. It should be at room temperature. All right, if it's hot, it will kill the mushroom. You shouldn't do that. And again, let me repeat, don't make it too strong because that'll ruin the mushroom. Next, I open up the mushroom that was given to me. By the way, the mushroom, just so you know, has a top and a bottom, and you shouldn't flip it upside down. Yes. Oh, I rushed it. I rushed to open it. Wait, I need to get a glove so I can take it out cleanly. Pour this same tea into the jar where we'll be growing it. Why? Because if we put the mushroom into an empty jar now, it'll stick right away. If we pour the tea aggressively over the top, it'll hurt it and will damage it as much as possible. And that's something we shouldn't do. Yes, it needs space so that the oxygen can circulate in there. All right, now we open up the mushroom. When you buy something like this, whether you order it from websites or eco stores, there will always be instructions for use. Yes, this is the nice looking top, and this is its paler underside. Yes. It smells like yeast, like kvass. It's pleasant, not over-fermented. Yes. Next, you need to be very careful with it. If you have a small, thin hand, that's great, because it will fit into the bottle right. If not, then carefully, just like this, we place it in and make sure that it's facing upwards, okay. At first, it will sink to the bottom, but when it starts to function, to live, it will feel that it's at home, it's comfortable, and it will rise up and stay at the top. Our tea, the liquid, will get a little cloudy. These are the life processes of this mushroom. That's normal. And to speed up the process, we add this liquid that it arrived in, just like that, and they kick off the process. We cover it again with gauze or something else that lets it breathe. We'll keep an eye on it. At room temperature, it will take 3-4 days at most for the kombucha to become drinkable, suitable for drinking. How do we check that? Once you get used to it, you can tell by the taste. If not, then we check the pH, the acidity level. We talked about pH in the theory lesson, so go back, rewind, and review the details. You might have a litmus paper like this to check the pH, and a good pH, meaning the kombucha is ready to drink, is between 2 and 4. So these are the colors 2, 3, 4. You can play around with the paper strips, or you can buy a pH meter like this one. It doesn't cost much. If you're also going to make cheese, for example, or brew kvass, it'll always come in handy. Again, I'm including this pH chart from 1 to 14, along with the levels of alkalinity and acidity in this module so you can see it visually and understand what we're talking about. So, how can we check it? Either we insert it carefully so as not to harm our hearing. There we go, perfect. The pH shows it fluctuates from 2.9 to 3.8, that is. The acidity is just right. It will jump back and forth, showing the range, yeah. And that's normal. From 2 to 4. That's exactly what we need. Next, I'll show you how this litmus paper works. There we go. We dip it in here. Into the liquid. Yes. And then you compare the color to see which one it matches. No, yellow, 5th, 6th. No, it's more greenish there. Here, with number 4, this color matches best, right between 3 and 4. Everything checks out. The fungus did its job. Our hiri is feeling great, and we can drink the kombucha now, right? What do we need for that? We pour it into a bottle, close it with a cap, and drink it. In summer, you can add a little ice and drink it as a refreshing beverage. If it's another season, just drink a glass straight from the fridge. Besides, you can always add any flavors you particularly like. For example, let's now add a fresh slice or 2 of a juicy orange right now to make it even more tastier and refreshing, enhancing its overall appeal. Kids might like it this way. We'll add turmeric as an antioxidant. It will also add some aroma. And its properties are truly unmatched, right? Turmeric root. That's why I usually just buy turmeric root for some sauce or something else. And of course, we only use a little bit of it. But it's sold in a minimum amount, like 100 grams or so. So I either freeze it and add it somewhere later, or, for example, it's perfect for kombucha like this. And ginger. Ginger also possesses some truly super cool and highly beneficial natural properties for our immune system and various other vital systems within our body. So we typically add it either in thin slices, just like this, or alternatively, you can readily use fresh ginger juice if you so desire. Oops, great. And you need to pour it out gently. I do it through a strainer so that no little bits get in. And hold on to Zora so he doesn't run away anywhere. Yes. How does our Aunt Lina make it according to her recipe for daily mushroom consumption? In the morning, she brews herself some tea. Probably doesn't drink coffee. She brews tea, but she makes it in a big teapot. She drinks a cup, and the rest that's left, she pours into the mushroom, right? It's important that the tea isn't too strong. I'll say it again. And that's it. She poured it in. Then it starts bubbling away again. So you don't have to constantly drain all the liquid from it. And if you want to pause its life processes for a significant while, you still have to make absolutely certain it's always left completely immersed in liquid. If it dries out, it will most certainly and inevitably die. So these truly remarkable and resilient mushrooms can live for many, many, many years. I do not have a lid available, so you can film it now, if you please. Yeah, these homemade fermented products are really popular right now. Kombucha, immuno shots. You can actually make this immune drink together with kombucha, like make a fresh juice from orange, passion fruit, ginger, for example, and turmeric too, then mix it with kombucha and drink it as a beverage. That would be just perfect. Now I want to make a small bottle too. All right. That's it. It's a great idea to treat your guests when they come over. There we go. So after that, you just pour it into the bottle, and if you have a bottle cap, that's even better. You can fill it with anything you want and stay healthy. It's tasty, it's simple, it's delicious. There's nothing strange about it. This thing looks way weirder and scarier than it actually tastes. Believe me, and your health.